Hello everyone, welcome. So on the agenda for today, we have hamstrings. Yes, we're going to explore our legs. We're going to look at the hamstrings and activating the hamstrings, so essentially strengthening. However, I also want to encourage you to stick around to the end of the practice because I have inserted a secret tip into this practice, okay? For all of you who are maybe obsessed with getting yourselves up into full arm balance, you must do this practice and watch all the way to the end, okay? Have fun with it, enjoy it, let me know how you make out, and yeah, let's begin. Okay, so the first thing I want you to do is take a brick. It can be a wooden brick, it can be a foam brick. The foam brick will be a little gentler, so you take your pick. And we're gonna start off in Tadasana with this brick lined up like this. So these are my kneecaps here, and the top of the brick is gonna get lined up with the top of the knee. Okay, and you can see I've got it standing up like this. It's not super wide, it's like so. And you're going to place the brick in. And then once you position your feet, you want to really grip the brick, so have the legs really coming in, and then look down at your brick and see that it's not, you know, top heavy, right? So if it's leaning, you're just going to make sure that it's straight, flush here with your legs. I like to often start with a little bend in my knees, try to get everything as close as I can, and then pressurize your feet into the floor. Lift your kneecaps, lift your thighs, straighten your legs, and now grip this brick. Absolutely squeeze it, okay? First thing to observe, we're doing like a little study here in this Tadasana. First thing to observe is just the sensation, the touch of each leg to the brick. Okay, so notice if maybe you feel it a little more on the right side, on the left side. Maybe you feel it above the knee a little bit and maybe not as much on the underside, on the lower leg side. There may be a spot where you feel it, don't feel it. So just kind of with your inner awareness, notice, observe, and then reestablish the connection of your feet to the floor, okay? Big toe mound press, inner heel press, roll to the outside edges of your feet, lift those arches, and then squeeze the brick. Squeeze from your outer shins into the midline, and squeeze from your outer thighs into the midline. Okay, now keeping this pressure as even as you can, right side and left. Now move that brick. Actually, first suction the brick upward. Try to lift as if you could lift the brick up. Okay, really press down into your feet, lift the brick up, and now move the brick back. Okay, keeping the touch. Move the brick back, 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 and then lift your chest up. Tadasana. Okay, release. Take a moment. Place your brick down, pause, and be here. Okay, so why did we do that? What is the point of doing Tadasana with that brick between your legs? Okay, maybe you have some reflections. You can let me know if you do. I will share with you, we're going to do it one more time. I'll share with you one reason, one possible reason to use the brick this way. It can be a training for your legs so that the inner part of your leg and the outer part of your leg move back at the same speed. Okay, so you may not realize that when you're just standing straight and then you press your thighs back, knees back, it's not a given that the outer and inner are gonna move at the same speed. And this is kind of like the starting place for various things to go askew, okay? Not that we're always meant to be even all over the place, but when one area is constantly short or constantly long, overdoing, underdoing, some issues can come up. Okay, we're talking about the hamstrings today. We're looking at, so often people think about, they say tight hamstrings, right? They want to extend, spread the hamstring. But also strengthening the hamstring is really, really important. And in order to strengthen it, you have to know how to engage it, okay? So more on that in a little bit. Okay, let's go for another round of this Tadasana. So again, take your brick, take the care to line it up well. The top of your kneecap here in line with this top line of the brick. And then feet as close together as you can. Manage here with the brick. Get a good connection, feet to the floor, and then outer legs into the midline, squeeze that brick. Okay, if your legs are a little bent, getting into position, and then straighten your legs. As you push your inner heel, big toe mound down, suction that brick up. Okay, lift the arches. So all those 3 points, press into the floor, squeeze the brick, and then lift the brick up as if you could slide it all the way up to your perineum. Okay, then once you have even touch, right side and left, really try to let your mind go there and feel. It's very common for one leg to be stronger than the other, one leg to just have a better grip. So catch that for yourself. And then once you've made your best effort with that, move the brick back, 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 and evenly squeeze it and move it back. Squeeze it, move it back. If you don't squeeze from that outer leg, it's going to be a very different feeling, sensation, activation than if you grip the brick and move it back, move it back, move it back. Okay, feel the engagement that happens, maybe buttocks, legs, front side, back side, outer side, inner side. Observe what's happening. Okay, release. Let the brick go down and take a moment. Okay, next up, Chaturanga. Okay, so clear mat. And then come down onto all fours. You can have a little bit of space between your legs and then plant your palms. Okay, straighten your arms and then move your shoulders away from your neck and then just relatively neutral spine. Don't try to arch or flatten your back in either way. And we're going to use this Chaturanga position to again explore the idea of the inner leg, outer leg, and ultimately accessing the hamstring. Okay, so from here, equalize the pressure, right hand and left, and then just gently transfer the weight of your leg a little bit more onto the left leg and raise your right leg up, but raise it up bent. So as if you don't have a lower leg, okay? And then just raise it up, see where you get to without too much effort. And if you look here at mine, at me, you'll see that my knee is quite a bit lower than my hip, okay? And this is just where it comes easily. If I really force it, without a lot of technique, it's gonna come up more like this. And that is this outer side, really moving, okay? But we wanna get that feedback on the inner leg as well. So what I want you to do is keep the internal rotation, and now push the floor with your hands and see, can you lift the knee up to the height of the hip? Really insist, lift it up. Now spread the buttock away from the tailbone as best as you can. Even the weight on your hands. Lift the knee higher, lift it higher, chin forward, chest forward, knee up, and then release your leg down. Okay, that's where we're going here. Now maybe for some it's gonna be easy peasy, for others it won't be. I know for me this really is a loud asana. It speaks to me in a very loud voice. Okay, second side here. Now in between, we're gonna be on our hands like this for a while. So if your wrists get a little bit cranky, stretch it out. You can do some circles here. You can work out, go for flexion as well as extension, right? Work it out as needed. And then come back to Chaturangasana, be on all fours. Push the floor down. Slide your shoulders away from your neck. And now this time you're raising the left leg up. Okay, so keep it bent. Raise the leg up like it's going back on a track. Broaden the back of your left thigh from the inside out. Broaden the left buttock from the tailbone outward, and then raise the knee higher. Raise it higher. Raise it higher. See if you can get it even with the hip. Lift it up. Lift it up. Maybe yours will shake like mine. Lift it up more, more, more. And then release. Come down and take a moment. Okay, you may find, we're going to repeat this, and you may start to notice that as you take one leg up, the weight distribution changes. So the weight on the hand changes, where you are in the hip changes. Watch for that, okay? We'll take it one more time each side, and I'm going to show you sort of phase next as when we get there. All right, so repeating what we've just done, and then we'll take it a little bit further. Okay, so come to Chaturangasana, and then from here, with a bent leg, raise that right leg up, and then go for that internal rotation, broaden the back of the thigh from the inside out, and raise the knee higher. Raise it higher. Resist the opposite hip in, so left hip into the midline, and raise that right knee higher. Turn the back of the thigh open. Okay, now keep it this high. Keep it as high as you've got it. And now just unfold the lower leg. Chin forward, chest forward. Extend your chest, your shoulder blades away from the neck, and unfold the leg. Keep lifting the inner leg up. Roll the back of the thigh open. And then release. Pause. Say hello to your hamstrings. And let's go for the other side. Okay, actually just before you take the other side, I'll give you one demo here to really drive home the point I'm trying to make. So when you've got your leg up, what often happens in some of the straight-legged positions is that, you just easily extend the leg to straight. But when you're trying to keep the thigh actually up at the height of the hip, then it changes things completely. So from here, I don't want to just do this, right? I want to lift the knee up, 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 and maintain that as I straighten, right? It gives a completely different access and entry point into the back of the leg there, as well as inner and outer, right? Okay, let's go for the second side. And we'll work again from bent to straight. So be on all fours, Chaturangasana. And now lifting the left leg up. Okay, raise it up. Inner leg, lead with the inner leg. Okay, so inner knee higher, inner thigh higher. Lift up there. Lift up. Resist the right hip into the midline. Yes, but also lower the left hip down a little bit. Okay, raise the leg up, raise it up. Shoulder blades, move them away from your neck. Leg higher, maintain it. And then once you're at your final destination there, start to unfold the lower leg, keep the knee. So now as you're unfolding, I can feel the outer leg lifting up. Roll it down, inner leg lift up, inner leg lift up. And then release, undo yourself, and take a moment. Okay, carrying forward, for this next variation, you'll need 2 bricks or just some height basically for your hands. Okay, we're gonna move towards Virabhadrasana III, but again, working that same leg action, okay? So it'll look like this. You'll come forward into an Urdhva Uttanasana position. And then transfer the weight onto let's stand on the right leg first, raise the left leg up in the same manner that we've been doing. So again, it's a bent leg, and right from here, immediately start to broaden the back of the thigh, and as if you can lift the leg, not from this side of the leg, but from the inner leg. Inner leg up, 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 and lift that leg up, the knee up to the height of the hip. Lift the inner leg up, 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 chin forward, chest forward. Resist the standing leg hip into the midline. Okay, maintain this and then unfold the leg. Maintain it, unfold the leg. So inner leg up, 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 broaden the back of that lifted thigh. Okay, and then release. Uttanasana. And then Tadasana. Take a second, breathe, be here. Okay, second side. Again, come to Uttanasana. Stand strongly on your legs here. Lift your kneecaps up. Lift your thighs up. See if you can translate the lesson of that brick that you had between your legs there and move the inner and outer leg back evenly. Okay, then pull your chest forward through the tunnel of your arms. Now this time, stand on your left leg. Okay, keep the left hip into the midline, but stand on that leg, and with a bent right leg, raise that leg up. Lift from the inner leg up. Broaden the buttock, broaden the back of the right thigh, and raise that inner leg higher, higher. Raise it up, raise it up, raise it up. Chest forward, raise the inner leg up, 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 up. Maintain it, and then slowly start to unfold the leg. Find out where you lose it, or if you lose it. Broaden the back of the thigh, and then inner groin to inner heel. Reach, reach, and raise that leg higher from that inner leg. Up, up, up. And then let go. Come back down, hands to your hips, and come back up, Tadasana. All right, moving along with this exploration. Next, we are going for Uttanasana and a variation of Urdhva Prasarita Padasana. Okay, so for Uttanasana, you're going to come forward here. And if you're not able to reach the floor with ease, then please take bricks, have your flat palms. Take enough height so you can have flat palms, okay? Absolutely touching down. And then roll your buttocks up and over. Let your head go and be here in your Uttanasana. Spread and open through the soles of your feet. Lift your kneecaps up, thighs up, and move your thighs back. From the back of your knees to your heels, push down, but then just lift the thighs up towards the buttocks, buttocks up and over, and let the buttocks come with the torso as you release down. Okay, now remember that brick that we started with? As if that brick was between your legs, squeeze in. So from the outer line of your legs, grip into the midline, and then move this imaginary brick both up a little, like you suction it up, and back. Okay, and you can even use your eyes here to look. So look at your knees, look at your legs, and see that the inner and outer leg are moving equally at the same speed. Okay, in your legs, does the outer knee have to go back a little more? Or is it the inner? Observe, the right leg and left leg may not behave the same. So maybe on one side you have to focus more on the outer leg, other side inner leg. It can get quite nuanced. So look at your legs, get to know your legs, become friends with your legs. Uttanasana. Thighs back, roll the buttocks over, head down. Breathe here. Okay, and then Come to an Urdhva position, half position, concave your back. One hand to your hip, other hand to your hip, and with a lifted chest, stand yourself up. Breathe. Okay, Uttanasana. Now for Urdhva Prasarita Eka Padasana, we're going to take, again, this action of the back of the leg, the sort of hamstring action, and the inner line of the leg, that access point, really starting to, access isn't even the right word, sensitize the inner leg so you start to understand where it is in space. So yeah, have a look. We're not going to go from bent to straight this time. Okay, so you'll come forward into Uttanasana, and then from here, be with your legs as close together as you can manage. If you're comfortable with the legs right together, then please do that. And then you're going to raise your left leg up, but I only want you to raise it up straight so that you can see it. Okay, and then here you're going to look at the inner leg and outer leg, and now you have to recreate the feeling that you had working from bent to straight, right? So how much did you have to lift that inner leg up? Inner groin up, inner knee up, inner heel up. Broaden the back of the buttock, broaden the back of the thigh, and now start to move the leg higher. And as you go higher, notice if the foot turns out. Notice if the hip turns out. Use your eyes to see how high can you go. And you can do a little bit of pumping. And as you pump, maybe your head comes a little closer towards your standing leg. Okay, but maintain that rotation. Broaden the back thigh and reach up from the inner leg and see, can you access that hamstring? Can you create the sensation in the back of the leg that you had when we were working from bent to straight? Okay, give it a few goes and then release. Take a moment, pause. Okay, now second side, same idea. Feet together, exhale, go forward for Uttanasana. Okay, full Uttanasana. Head down, palms planted. Okay, now you're going to transfer the weight onto your left leg and raise the right leg up, but just where it goes easily and so that you can see it. And then look at the inner leg, look at the outer leg. See that your toes are pointing towards the floor, right? They're not out, they're not over in. Just straight there. And then maintain that, and from the inner line of your leg, both reach away and up. Inner groin to inner heel, extend, and then from that line, lift the leg higher. Lift it higher. Notice if it wants to turn out. Lift it up, torso down. Leg up, torso down. Broaden the back of the thigh and keep going. Pump it, pump it, pump it. See where you can get to and see if you can activate the back of the thigh, the hamstring area, as we've been working. And then release. Okay, bring yourself back up. Tadasana. Okay, we've been talking about hamstrings, and happy hamstrings are good for happy knees, happy hips. It's really important, right? It's really important to strengthen the back of the leg and to find that length in the areas that are shortening in your legs. So whether it's inner, outer, upper leg, lower leg, you want to find that evenness. Now, aside from all those reasons, there's actually a little secret here that I want to share with you. A secret tip, okay? If you would like to kick up into full arm balance, Adho Mukha Vrksasana, handstand, and are at the beginning of your journey, you're struggling, you try to kick up, but you just can't. The work that we just did is going to help you immensely, okay? This is one of the beautiful things. I love this about Iyengar Yoga, right? We learn so much of the asanas in the other asanas. So sometimes, full arm balance, maybe it's not reasonable for you today, whatever the reason. You can still progress your handstand by working on other asanas that have a piece of it in it, okay? So in your Adho Mukha Vrksasana, full arm balance, okay, have a look here. Let's say you're coming into Adho Mukha Svanasana, you're walking in, and you need to kick up, right? So you're starting to, does this already look a little familiar? You're starting to kick the leg up. Now, if you kick up how most people do in the beginning, so if you happen to be flexible, you might kick up like this, okay? So the leg comes way up and you can see the outer leg is doing everything. The inner leg is not lifting, okay? Or you kick up with a bent leg and still that outer leg is lifting more. Okay, so instead, take the lessons that we've just used, that we've just done in today's practice, and swing the leg. Start learning to swing the leg, but from the inner leg, inner leg, inner leg. And then little bend in the down leg and jump yourself up. And when you do it that way, when you lift the inner leg up as you swing it, you're going to come up with evenness, right? You're not going to torque yourself, which will ultimately tip you off balance, right? You're going to swing up, the hips will follow, and there it is, full arm balance. Okay, so it may not happen in one shot, but this is a really good technique. It's a good tip. It's a good journey there. So if you're if maybe secretly you were hoping that this was a handstand video, then there you go. All right. Yeah. Okay. Once you're done attempting your handstands, attempting your full arm balance, Adho Mukha Vrksasana, let's wind down. Let's complete the practice with Paschimottanasana. Okay. So have a seat and have some space between your legs for this Paschimottanasana. You can sit on the floor if that's typically how you do your seated poses and your forward extensions, or you can absolutely sit up on height. So you can sit up on a bolster, a few blankets, see what's reasonable for you. There's advantages to both. Okay, both are very effective. When you sit up on height, it can really help you to get the feeling of propelling the body forward. When you sit down on the ground, if you have the ability to propel forward, there's something to be said for the touch that the floor gives you on the back of the legs, right? So it depends on, what you're needing to achieve or what you're hoping to explore in your Paschimottanasana that will ultimately determine your setup. Okay, so I'm going to show on the floor right now, and whichever one you're doing, set it up, then use your hands, and that junction between the back of your thigh and your buttock there, just broaden it. Okay, so again, from the inside out, and it's almost like you want to get as much contact here between the back of your leg and the floor. So if you're doing it on the floor. If not, you don't have the contact, but you're still aiming for that same opening, both this way and this way. Okay, and then anchor down through the corners of your hips. Press your knees down, thighs down. Exhale everything and go forward. Okay, just go forward. See that you have enough height, something for your forehead. Again, it can be a bolster or it can be a brick, and just settle yourself here. Okay, don't make this a super aggressive Paschimottanasana where you're pushing and you're pulling. Just exhale and release. Find the release here. Go down. As you inhale, gently extend forward, and as you exhale, receive the back body onto the front body. Okay, deflate your thighs and rest the back body on the front body down. Inhale, exhale.